Hello, my friends, and welcome to another devotional connection. I was speaking to my mother recently, and she was discussing with me the concept of how do you know you have unshakable faith unless your faith's been shaken. There are times when the test comes, there are times when you have to be squeezed for all your worth, there are times when you have to be show and prove that your faith is really unshakable. You can't say it until you've been thrown in that fire and proven. And while I like that, and I'm probably going to preach on that very soon because I got to dig into that a little deeper, there's a much simpler thing I want to talk to you about today. We have those elements of faith where people in the Bible have proven that their faith is unshakable. They've proven that when tested, they were blessed enough to pull through. I think of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I think of Daniel when he was told that he couldn't pray anymore. I think of Elijah facing the prophets of Baal. I think of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Here is the great testing of their faith, and they pulled through. But there are times in the Bible where some of us, myself included, we're just going at it because of who said it. We don't have much faith. We have little faith. We don't even know if this is possible. We don't even know if this will work, but we'll try it one more time, and we'll try it this way because of who asked us to. Luke chapter 5, Jesus is speaking to his disciples, and he is, no, he's not speaking to his disciples. He's about to pick his disciples, and he gets on the boat of Simon Peter. And he's speaking and talking to them, and they've been fishing all night, the Bible says, and caught nothing. And in Luke chapter 5, Jesus asked them to let down their nets one more time on the other side. And in Luke 5:5, it says that Simon answered, "Master, we toiled all night and took nothing, but at your word I will let down the nets." That "but" word, it's an about face, and it's immediate turn. It's logic tells me this isn't going to work, but I shouldn't be doing this. This is stupid. But I know this doesn't make sense. But, and the only reason you have the fortitude, the only reason that you have the courage, the only reason that you fly in the face of all logic and reason is because of who is asking you to do it. Sometimes I'll ask my children things, and because of the relationship that I have with them, even though they're 6 and 9-year-old brains, it doesn't make sense what I'm asking them. They'll do it because their father asked them. I'm also the authority figure, and they'll do it because I've taught them to respect authority. But you can see the puzzlement on their face when I ask them sometimes to do something, and they do it anyway. And then when it works out, they go, "Wow, I never thought of it that way. I didn't think that would go together. I didn't think that would make sense. Dad, it makes sense now." Sometimes I get asked by my elders to do something. They've been at this, some of them longer than I've been alive, and I don't understand the logic or reason behind it, but I do it because of who's asked me, not because I think it makes sense. Sometimes I'm silent, not because I think it's right, but because of who is speaking. I let it all play out. I hear them out. My mother is suffering from stage 4 cancer, and she is probably less than 100 pounds right now. I am not threatened by her. I am not fearful of her in the slightest means. But because of who she is, because of the respect I have for her, because of the love I have for her, and because of the love she has for me, she's still the matriarch of the family. She still can ask me to do something. She can call me right now and say, "Son, I need you." And I'm gone. I'm dropping things and heading her way. She could say, "Son, don't do that." And it may not make sense to me, but I will give all of her wisdom a second and third look because of who she is. And because of who Jesus was. Simon Peter let down his net. And the Bible says they caught a catch so big they couldn't haul it in. They had to call for help. It almost tore the nets. And the rest is history. The rest they took off with. I bring this up tonight to say this. Don't ever forget that sometimes when God asks us to do something, it flies in all logic, in the face of all logic. It flies in the face of all reason. We don't understand it. We don't have to. Can we be wise enough to say, this doesn't make sense, God, but I don't understand, God, but. Let me give you an example. Love your enemies. That doesn't make sense to me, God, but they hurt me very badly, God, but I don't want to, God, but forgive. God, I don't want to forgive. I want to hold on to this, but God, it hurts so bad. I can't just let it go, but will we trust God even when we don't understand? That too will be accounted as faith. And sometimes it's just who asked us to do it. We have nothing else. Talk to you again soon.